Hey guys, welcome to Herbie's Reef. Today I'm going to do a quick tank update of all the tanks and just tell you all the bad things that have been happening lately, and I guess some of the good, and just update you and tell you the plans for the future. But we've been through a lot with all the tanks between the freeze and everything that's happened. It's just been a rough go for us, and some of the new tanks just got dino and had an algae outbreak and just crazy things. Some stupid things I decided to do, and then all of that. So hopefully I can get it all into a decent amount of time and not take too long. Anyway, you can see that we've moved the torches back into the big tank, and that is because the little tank, they started kind of looking bad. So I did something stupid. I had read from those guys, the reef biome guys that Bulk Reef Supply keeps talking about, that you send your water off and they do biology tests of your water. They had talked about dosing Cipro and how safe it was and how torches did better and didn't jelly up. And I was afraid this one especially was about to jelly up. So I dosed Cipro to that tank. And within one day I had dino and a hair algae outbreak, and it still just looks horrible. I'll show y'all in a little bit. But the torches after the Cipro looked even worse. So I immediately moved them here, and they all perked right back up, thankfully. So they're in here for now. I still don't have the aquascape changed because I'm still nervous. The new tanks aren't ready, and I don't want to change these until I can move the SPS into the new system if need be. I can't change the rocks until I'm sure. So I've had those things cooking in that horse trough for a long time now, and I'm just gonna let them keep going. And once I feel confident that I could move my SPS, if everything went bad, to the other system, then I'll probably go ahead and make that change. Because it is really hard to get the flow right in this tank with the rock the way it is, because you can see I've just got it almost to the top, and it's too high there, and then this arch is the same way. It's really high. So the power heads hit the arch, make the gonnies close up, and the only thing I can do is bounce it like it's aimed towards the front glass, and it bounces across here and then at the torches. But it's just really hard to get it right. So the new aquascape is a necessity, but I'm taking my time. I'm just not in any hurry to do it. So anyhow, everything in this tank's doing pretty well. No major drama on this side. The SPS side, I don't know if it was the freeze or I let my calcium levels climb a little too high, but I had a few, or it could just be bacterial, but I had a few corals that RTN'd on me. One of them was my home wrecker, which was really sad. About half of it died, and it was just to the point where it was able to start being cut. It was looking so nice in just overnight. And then the real heartbreaker was my Matt V Rainbow Envy did. Oh, and I'm telling y'all wrong. I think what really caused the RTN is I do 24-hour shifts at work when I give anesthesia, and when I am putting epidurals in, I just have to sleep at the hospital. And during one of those 24-hour shifts, the power heads, I had gyres both run off of one power supply, and that power supply died. And I have no idea how long the flow was off, but the SPS had no flow for a while. So that Matt V colony that was huge, tissue necrosed in the middle, and I cut it up and was able to save a ton of frags, but the huge beautiful colony's gone. So those were the main two I lost. I don't think I lost anything else that was significant, but they were two of my favorites, so it was still a heartbreaker. Anyhow, we got through that. It seems to be doing better. I'll run in there real quick and just kind of show you guys what it's looking like on the SPS side. Oh, before we go over there, I do want to show you, I did get a few new torches. This one is the BK Kim Jolly Rancher, and this one's the BK Kim Grinch. And then the Aqua SD Holy Grail has split, so it's got 2 full heads, and it's working on making 4. I think that's the majority of the really cool ones. I've cut up the 21 tails a good bit, so that's what all these are. And then, let's see, that's the Master Torch. It's grown quite a bit. And then, that's a new one. That's just a Dragon Soul, though. And this one is a TCK long tentacle. That's fairly new. And this one's new too, but it's in the back, and I just have had this one a few days. It's the TCK rainbow. If you look real closely, it's got a line of green on the other side of the tentacle. So one side is gold and one side is green. I'm anxious to get it, happy and placed somewhere where it'll be a little happier, but right now I'm out of room. So I'm having to figure it out. I may stick it right here, but the par is only 80 right there. So it should be enough, but it may color down a bit if I do that. Anyway, off to the SPS. Okay, here we are on the SPS side of things, and you can see that everything is growing pretty well. I've got the flow off, but I'm just taking top down without a viewer. So the water's a little distorted, but not too bad. But I don't know if y'all saw my videos last time, but everything is definitely growing. My colors, I don't think are quite as good as they were. I think that the issues I've had have caused it, and also, like I said before, it showed up with high calcium. So my calcium was around 500, and I believe that kind of dulls your colors out. But they're still not bad, just not quite what they were before. This is my, let me show you, there's the home wrecker. It had this whole left side on it that was tons of branches, and I had to cut them all off. You can see, let's see, I can't find them, there they are. So a few of the frags have survived, kind of. I don't know if they'll make it long term. And then this back here is the part that really died. I probably should take it out. I doubt it's going to make it, but as long as there's a little hope. These are all the Matt V Rainbow Envy frags I cut after it RTN'd. So, but mostly it's looking pretty good. Walt Disney looks pretty nice on the colors. That confetti, those white marks are just where it's been cut recently, but it's starting to get big. There's the splice. It's encrusting a little bit, but I can't say that it's grown that much. Oh, and I've got a few new ones in here. This is the BK Kim Fruit Loops. Let's see. What else is new? That's the BK Kim Mad Max. And this is the BK Kim Captain Kosher, which this is a Malaysian one. They're harder to keep, and it gets really nice bright polyps apparently, but right now it's nothing too special. But that is one of my more expensive frags. And then this is the BK Kim Crack Juice, and immediately it discolored when I put it in here, but he said that's normal for them. So anyway, that's it for the SPS, and I will take you guys and show you what it's looking like in the torch tank, the old torch tank where I had all the torches. Okay, here we are at the torch tank, and I'm honestly fairly embarrassed to show this guy to you guys because I have never had hair algae like this. This thing just, after I dosed that Cipro, it must have killed off my good bacteria. It, within one day, had dino everywhere. I've seemed to have beat the dino, but this hair algae just keeps going. Actually, it was as bad as it is down there on top here, so I am making progress. I have like 10 urchins in here, and I have 2 tangs, and I have a, what are they called, a sea hare in here, and they've been making work of it. And then I raised the magnesium levels up, and I've been dosing some Dr. Tim's, and hopefully we will have this tank looking good again. I'm debating what I want to do with it. I'm either going to make it into a Ghani tank. The torches, I've just got too many, so I've decided not to put them back in here. I'm either going to make this into a Ghani tank or a super high-end SPS tank, where just the most high-end SPS go in it. It might be kind of cool to have a small SPS tank. I don't know, but part of me just wonders if I should make a bigger SPS tank and put it in the other room. So still debating on all that. All right, I'm going to show you the new system. Okay, guys, forgive the mess because I've been working in here today, but this thing's finally starting to be able to keep corals. This thing got a horrible case of dino, right from the start too. And I don't know why. I always had nutrients in it. Never let them drop to zero, but it just looked terrible for a while. Had dino everywhere, but I think I finally beat it. And this was not the kind of dino I've dealt with before where UV kills it. The UV didn't seem to bother it at all. So I did the Dr. Tim's method, and that knocked it out. I also put in a ton of that reef rubble from that Aquabiome company that they say has all the good bacteria you want in your tank. And I don't know if it helped or not. I don't know if it was just time or the Dr. Tim's or a combination of everything. These don't look great, but I cut them. I just cut them yesterday. They're pink lemonades. And I cut them out of the main display. They haven't been in enough light, so they're not the most beautiful right now. Anyway, we've got some kind of cool fish in here. This is a hybrid powder blue. And let's see, what are the clowns? Got some long fin storm clowns. Emily wanted these guys so bad, and she actually earned the money and paid for these. But they're pretty cool. Clownfish are her favorite. So they're gonna live here. And I don't have much in this tank. This one has a powder blue in it, and I'm just letting it age a bit before I put anything in it. But this one will be SPS colonies. So that's why it's got the 2 sets of reef brights rather than the one. And the par in the middle of this one's around 700, so this one will be able to really cook them. Then we've got our frag tank, and you'll have to forgive me, I didn't clean the glass very well, but I've got a bunch of grow out torches in here, and I've got some hammers back there. And what else? I think that's mostly it. Some gongs. Trying these 2 little clams. I had 3, but one of them died. They really didn't come in great shape. I got them from that Clam Mania place. I don't know, they came covered in algae, and one of them died within a day. So I don't know if it was me or the clams. These mushrooms have grown a ton. Not much on the Mushroom Keeper. I'm going to try to cut this one soon, which will be interesting. Never tried cutting a mushroom before. Anyhow, I think that's it. I think this is the last of the tanks, unless you guys want to see the horse trough, which not much to see in here. I put that old mean sailfin tang in here, so hopefully he's got lots of the tank biology going on in this thing, and these rocks will be good and ready when I'm ready to put them in. So I think that's it. Anyway, let me know if you have any questions, and we will try to do another update soon.